So you used to work in person.
I will remember you.
And this was great. You've got personality, you've got charisma. Oh, thanks, that's nice. But then the pandemic happened. No. Now what? People don't get to know you. You never get a chance to get in front of them. If this is you, I've got some friendly advice. You have to get good at video. This needs to become your shit. You need to pick up the phone and then lean into the first 20 hours of recording yourself. Don't get me wrong, your stuff will definitely suck at first. Mine did for sure. But eventually you'll be able to show off your personality and then some. Look, you can either whine about the way things are, or you can adapt like a raccoon. What is up? Welcome to the Clint Malley Show, where we make marketing simple and more fun. Today we're talking all about video. Now, if there's one thing that has helped to advance my career, advance my presence, my stage, my platform, whatever you want to call it, it's video. And I need you to understand that I sucked at video. Like, I'm not the person who has a great artistic eye when it comes to taking a picture. In fact, I still am not great at taking pictures. But when I started an online coaching company, I knew I had to create videos. Back in the day when I was doing like fitness coaching, I had to create these tutorial videos. I'd shoot them on my phone. I would have like this lavalier mic, so like a mic that looks like this, that was connected to the phone, and I would mount it up on like a little tripod, and I would try a million different things. I tried like green screens, and I tried different types of lighting, and it was a shit show. I'll be honest with you. I'll probably pull some of those videos up here somewhere, but it was terrible.
You still have your dignity. Oh, no, you really don't, do you?
And I say that to let you know that even though it was terrible, it was the singular thing that helped unlock multiple doors and opportunities for me in my career. Think about it like this and principle. If you can do anything and shoot and edit video, you have just doubled your skill set and your salary range. If you can write copy for websites and shoot and edit video, you are way more valuable. If you can design a website or do graphic design and shoot and edit video, you become super dangerous. If you can manage people and shoot and edit video, there's literally a million different ways that you can make money in content marketing. Everybody needs product demos, YouTube videos, podcasts or video podcasts like this one, right? They need actual stuff. And it's a skill that is not going anywhere. As long as people have screens that they're going to be looking at, and I got a feeling that they're gonna be looking at screens on their phone and on their computers for a long fucking time, then video is here to stay. And we know also that video gets more engagement than anything. If you think about social media platforms, video gets way more engagement than static images or just text images alone. Video does way better because it engages all of our senses at the same time. You throw some subtitles on a video, oh shit, now we're starting to get real dangerous.
I'm dangerous.
Videos are the key for you to be able to scale yourself. If you don't want to have to explain the same thing over and over and over again to a customer or to a team member in training, video is great if you're trying to teach other people how to do new things instead of having to walk them through it using your own time over and over again. Videos are great to be able to sell products before you actually get on the phone or in the live chat with them, to solve their problems before you have to talk with them. Videos are even more important when you're thinking about trying to get a job. Before the pandemic, In-person interviews were super common. Remote working was not as common. Now it's super common. And maybe you were that person who would be able to go and to get an introduction, to hand somebody a physical resume and shake their hand, and they could see you and say, man, this person's got some personality, or I get a good vibe off of them. Well, now that shit's not there, right? Like most of the jobs that you're gonna get are all behind some sort of portal, or it's some sort of form like Indeed, and you've got to just put stuff in there. If you don't have a video somewhere in your interview, if you don't have it embedded on the PDF of your resume, if you don't have a video resume that you can send someone a link to, then chances are they're never going to get to see that amazing personality that you have. They're never going to be able to see the fact that you're actually like a sociable person that they would want to hang out with, right?
It is an absolute honor to meet you.
That stuff's always going to be lost on them. But video is the way to unlock that. It's a way for people to be able to connect with you without actually being in the same physical space. And so we also know that video seems really, really expensive. So I'll tell you this, when I first started getting into video, I was creating fitness videos, like workout videos, right? So like fitness, nutrition, mindset type of stuff. Welcome to Growth Mindset versus Fixed Mindset, an introduction. And I was at a gym and I was filming with my phone in between like these classes at a CrossFit gym. And there was a guy who worked in a warehouse, right, sharing the same type of building, right? So he was outside in the sun, just like kind of getting a break. And I went outside also to get a break, just get some fresh air. It was like a gym rat. I was in there all the time. And this guy was, we introduced ourselves. We were like, hey, what's up? What are you doing? I told him I'm shooting videos because, as people know, whenever I'm doing shit, I like to talk about it.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, I have a YouTube channel. And so he shared his link with me. And this dude speaks 2 languages, and his YouTube channel was in Spanish. And he talked about like mindset stuff, just like kind of like a daily vlog, right? Like he's, talking about his life. And it was in Spanish, so I couldn't understand what he was saying. But then as I watched his videos, he had words pop up in the screen, a lower third. And I was like, holy shit, this person is a motherfucking sorcerer. He's made words appear on video. And I know that that might seem like something that's so simple, but if you're somebody who's not in editing, who has no idea how to do that, it seems like freaking magic. Just having a video with text that pops up over the screen, it's magic, right? So I knew that this is something like, I need to know how to do this. And when I got into it, and I took some courses, some online courses, I took an editing course on Wevideo from Justin Brown. I'll link to that in the show notes. I learned how to edit using Wevideo. I learned how to shoot on a phone, also with an e-course from Justin Brown, and later with a DSLR camera or mirrorless camera like I'm using right now. And when I learned how to do this, it was a slow process where shit looked terrible, right? But the more I did it, the better I got. The more I understood what worked, what didn't work, and was able to create stuff. And as I was creating stuff, there was no shortage of people who said, I need a video for my website. I need to create a social media post. Could you create this video? Could you create this advertisement? Video became the thing that kind of got me into marketing. If my shit looked good, then I could create good looking shit for them too. And so it was the entry point, right? Now, if you can do that and do something else, you are a unicorn. You're someone who's a generalist. And if you're like, why don't I just hire an editor? Let me explain why. We already said that video is something that's not going anywhere. It's gonna be around forever, right? And so if you're in content marketing and if you're anywhere long enough, you know that you're eventually gonna have to create some sort of video content. If you wanna be able to stand out from your competition, if you wanna actually engage people, you need to create video. So maybe you run a marketing department or you're on a marketing team and there's an opportunity or there's a need to create video. So we need to hire somebody to create video. I don't know if you've ever done this, but that shit is so expensive, like super expensive.
This is a pretty advanced piece of equipment. It's expensive.
People are charging like $500 a minute for these types of videos. A minute, 60 seconds worth of video, right? And so if people are charging that much, are you going to be able to implement the video strategy that you want effectively? Most people are not. If you're a small business owner, even if you're a medium-sized business owner, you don't have that budget. Maybe you can create like one video, maybe you could drop $500 for one video, but you're going to want to use this on a consistent basis. You're gonna need a YouTube channel, you're gonna need a video podcast, you're gonna need to be able to create some social media stuff on a regular basis in order to be able to stand out and to engage your audience. And if that's the price point, $500 for 2 minutes or for a minute, then you're gonna be broke. Nobody's gonna say yes to that strategy. But if you understand how to create video, you become this cost-saving magical force for a business. Now, maybe you already create video, right? Like maybe you're somebody who's been doing this shit for a while and you've made tons of videos in your life. You know that you also probably need to learn something else because you are dead tired of editing another fucking video, or you're tired of always shooting somebody else's content. And so you want to be able to learn something else. So the point of this is really about being a generalist. So David Epstein wrote a book called Range. It's why generalists succeed in a specialized environment, right? So think about Tiger Woods and Roger Federer, right? Tiger Woods was that person who, from a very young age, was playing golf, he was winning tournaments, his father got him into it, he was doing that shit all his life. And of course, he got really, really good at golf. So when we tend to think about what does it take to succeed, we think about this person just doing one thing, that's a specialist, right? On the other hand, you have somebody who's like a generalist, like Roger Federer, who didn't end up playing tennis till much, much later in his life. He played a variety of sports, what's known as a sampling period. And from that sampling period, he was able to learn a lot of skills that were very transferable when he did become a tennis player, right? So he was able to move differently. He had different types of coordination and balance and accuracy. He carried over things that he learned from baseball or basketball, and it made him a better tennis player than the specialists who were just playing tennis. He was able to apply problem-solving strategies and strength, right? So for every person who's like Tiger Woods, who excels in this one thing and becomes a master at it, there's a lot more people like Roger Federer who are successful because they sampled or became good at a lot of different things and specialized later on. If you're not a master at anything right now, if like nobody is booking you to come and speak at their conferences, right? If you're not writing the book on a subject right now, I'm gonna tell you that you need to pick up a generalist mindset. You need to learn some other skills. You've got to stack that shit. And if the video is not one of those things, it needs to be. If you want to be in marketing at any point in time, if you want to have a department or run a marketing department or grow your business with marketing, you need to understand video. Now, there's some benefits of this. Even if you don't want to be the person behind the camera or editing every single video, if you spend some time shooting on a camera and editing video, then you can actually ask in a fair price because you know how long something takes, right? It's like when you go to the car shop, like you see a light come on your car and you go to the mechanic and you're like, hey, my car's making this sound or it's broken. And they say, that's gonna be $2,000 because this is broken. And since you don't know what the fuck that is, you're just gonna pay whatever that is so your car doesn't work and it doesn't explode when you're on the highway, right? That is people who are using video or who are like getting charged these prices for video because they have no idea what's in the back end. But the more things that you have some experience in, whether it's video or SEO or copywriting or social media, and the more you're actually like a practitioner, so not just an architect, but also the mason, the person who's actually building some stuff or has some experience getting their hands dirty and making things, the more you're gonna be able to actually manage somebody, because you're gonna have solutions and even have a time frame and a mindset in mind. Someone says, hey, that's gonna take me at least 3 weeks. Be like, no, motherfucker, that's not gonna take 3 weeks. Or hey, that's gonna be $500 a minute. No, it's not. It's a single shot. There's gonna be minimal edits. We're just gonna need lower thirds. It's gonna be at most $200, right? That's the power of having some experience in an arena like video. So if I haven't sold you that you need to be about your video, I'm gonna tell you that there's 3 different types of videos that you're gonna wanna create. The first, in any type of content marketing strategy, is your top of funnel. So this very top, it's your value-driven content. Here you're just trying to entertain and inform somebody at the same time. How do you make somebody's life better? How do you make them smile or feel some sort of emotions? Are you using alcohol as a coping mechanism? Well, ask yourself if you drink for any of these reasons on a regular basis. Do you drink to relieve stress? Yeah, I can have that report to you by Wednesday. Okay, bye. Oh my God. You drink to avoid painful memories like sadness, shame, or regret. That was an amazing show. Wait, when does the next season come out? 2028? This is helpful. You're not trying to sell anything. You're not talking about your product or your service. You're actually just giving some sort of value. The second type of video is your remarketing video. So for example, right now with Facebook ads or YouTube ads, you can remarket to people who have viewed a certain percentage of your content. So you can say, hey, I want to show this next video to only people who have seen or watched 20% of my video. So if they watch 3 seconds and then they like cast it off, like you don't want those people. Or I only want to show it to people who have watched 50% of my video. They're pretty engaged or have only watched it till the end. That way, when you create your second video, your middle of the funnel video, you're able to then talk about your product because you've already given some sort of value.
Sandstone Care is a leading provider of drug, alcohol, and mental health treatment. We deliver a full continuum of care so you can easily progress on your recovery journey.
Right. So the top of the funnel is like just value-driven content. That's your first type of video. Your second type of video, you're actually talking about your product and service, hopefully in an entertaining and engaging way, right? But you're only showing it to people who have actually gotten some sort of value from your stuff. That's your second type of video. Your third type of video is the bottom funnel of your content. It is your website stuff. This is testimonials. This is product demonstrations. This is where you talk about the actual specific bells and whistles of your stuff, right? This is the tutorial videos for how to use your product once they're already engaged with it. This is the helpful videos on how to use your platform. This is the testimonial of Sally who used your stuff and loved it, right? This is the case study type of video. This is meant to just sell, right? This is meant to persuade.
Honestly, it's just way easier to take it one day at a time. Because if you can make it through today, you can make it through tomorrow. And you're gonna keep making it through, I promise.
So if you go back to like our I think it was our second podcast where we talk about what is content marketing. We want to entertain and inform, and then we want to persuade at the very end. That's our author's purpose. Think about it the same way, right? So you've got entertain, you've got inform, and you've got persuade, right? Now, if you can make all of those engaging, you're really winning, right? And that's a huge win. But that's basically your 3 types of video. Your top of funnel, hey, I'm creating value-driven content. Your middle of the funnel, I'm telling you about my product or service. Also, I'm trying to entertain you in some way. Your bottom of the funnel, hey, buy from me. Here's why you should buy from me. So-and-so bought from me. Here's how you use my stuff, right? All video comes down to those 3 types, right? So no matter who you are or what kind of business you run, there is a type of video within those 3 that you need. I would say that every business needs all 3 of those. You're gonna need some sort of ads, you're gonna need some sort of content to add value and build relationships. And then once people actually land on your website, you're gonna need to convince them through some video too, in some way, shape, or form. Video is not going anywhere, guys. You need to learn it. If you're trying to get an interview, you need to learn it. If you're a business and you're trying to grow your business, you need to learn it. You need somebody on your team. You, if you're managing a team, need to understand some parts of video. You actually need to create it. If you have somebody who's on your team, their newest job is to teach you how to fucking do video, how to edit some video. I'm gonna leave some links for my complete guide about video, like the things that make a good YouTube video, or titling your YouTube video, or lighting that shit. I'm gonna put all that in the description notes and the show notes for this video podcast. I'll also drop those tutorial videos that I mentioned on how to edit using Justin Brown stuff. Is awesome. I totally recommend it. Cool. So if this brought you any type of value, if you feel like you learned anything, if it entertained you even, go ahead and like, subscribe, leave me a comment, tell me what you thought. I respond to every single comment. I'll respond to yours too. Again, reviews help me to share this love with other people. Love you. See you on the next one.